you can do in 2 hours what you used to be doing in 5. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to speak about the book Deep Work. Deep work is the capacity to remain focused and efficient when you are doing a certain task. The main idea of deep work is that you reduce the amount of time you spend working, but you increase the efficiency. And by doing that, you save a lot of time. I wanted to share with you a short story about Carl Jung. Carl Jung was someone like all of us that could be really distracted. And he found a way to reduce his distraction. It was to go in the forest, inside of a cabin, where he was working hard. So I'm not telling you that you should do that nowadays, because it's quite hard to say to everyone, okay, I'm not going to work anymore, I will just go in my forest. But you can do the same. You can ask your colleagues, like, okay, I'm going to work hard, I want to be in my bubble, do not come and don't speak to me. How do you perform deep work? You need to ask yourself 4 main questions. Where am I going to work? You don't need to do like Carl Jung, go in the middle of a forest to find a cabin and to work in it. But you can say, okay, I'm gonna work at this place, so you can work in your office. And in your office, you warn everyone, I'm going to do deep work, so don't distract me. Second question is for how long? Define a certain period of time. For example, you can say, I'm gonna be working for 1 hour. If 1 hour is too much, you can do the Pomodoro method. The Pomodoro method consists in working without distraction for 25 minutes. And then you do 5 minutes break, during which you can do whatever you want. And you do it twice, so 25 minutes, 5 minutes, 25 minutes, and 5 minutes. Then you need to ask yourself, how am I going to work? Will I be going to use my phone? No, you won't be using your phone. You won't be using internet. All what you have to be doing is working on your task. So if you need to write an article or a chapter or whatever, you will just be writing, nothing else. Then at the end, define how are you going to support your work. What are you going to give yourself to say, well, good job. It can be some chocolate, it can be, I'm going to do some sport, I'm going to stop working, whatever you want. Another thing I wanted to speak about is the most distracting tool nowadays, which is your cell phone. We are all using our cell phone far too much, I would say. Some of us use it in the morning as an alarm clock. Many of us look at it last thing in the day just to check one last message. If we want to do like Carl Jung and find our forest and to be able to work more efficiently and be less distracted, we need to stop using our phone every time, because our phone is the most distracting tool in the world. So how do we do that? There are many things that you can do to reduce your phone use. First, you can, for example, turn it off. I know it seems crazy, but you can just turn it off for 1 hour and see how it goes. Maybe you won't even check your phone. Another thing that you can do is to give it to one of your colleagues. You can just ask your colleague, can you please take my phone for 1 hour? And don't give it back even if I'm asking you. Third thing that you can do is to use the application named Forest. So in this application, you can grow trees in real life or in your own online forest. You will block your phone and you won't be able to use it for 20 minutes or 1 hour. It depends the time you choose. So I would definitely recommend you to use that application. Another thing that you can do is to define the period of times in which you are allowed to use your phone. You can define, okay, I will use my phone only during coffee breaks. And then during coffee breaks, you use your phone, but not outside of it. But then don't use it as an excuse to drink coffee every 2 minutes. It won't be better for your productivity. The last thing I have in mind right now is that you should not take your cell phone during the lunch break. Because if you are deep working and during the morning you've been working really hard, you should be exhausted. your brain should be out of energy, and you want to use this lunch break. You want to use this lunch break to reload, to get better, to chill. And just having your phone with you, you will tend to check your emails and whatever. So just don't take it. You can survive 1 hour without your phone. What task do you need to do? Eat your frogs first. Start with the most difficult task, but you do only that one. Do not multitask. You should not be multitasking because what you want to train is your deep work neurons. In your brains, you have many groups of neurons. Like that group is focused for deep work, that group for exercise, that group for having fun, etc., etc. So if you want to train the deep work neurons, which if you are not used to it, will be really weak. You will have maybe 10 neurons. What do you have to do? You have to make fire only those neurons. At first it will be really hard. It will be like really, it will be difficult because you have only 10 neurons and they have not been activated for so long. However, if you keep doing that, every day you keep working only those neurons, they will become more numerous and easier to activate. However, if when you perform deep work, at the same time you think about, oh, I need to cook that. So you have your cooking neurons activated at the same time as your deep work neurons. So you will kind of train both, and the most train will take over, and then you will not be working at all. If you have to do a puzzle, there are two people. People A will be working on it for 1 hour in a row, without breaks, without interruption. The second person, person B, is going to work on the puzzle the same amount of time, so 1 hour, but it will be divided all along the day. So 20 minutes, then 20 minutes, then 20 minutes. And by doing so, the person always have to think again, like, oh, where was I? And then the person will spend more time at the end and will be less efficient. Keep a compelling scale board. So basically on a paper or on a whiteboard, whatever you want, I do it on a notebook. You write down every day, so 1st of October, 2nd of October, 3rd of October, etc. for 1 month. And then you put a cross. Every day you succeeded to perform deep work. Just 1 hour of deep work. And you will see, once you will have performed 10 days, you won't want to break that line. You have to make your to-do list the day before. Once you have finished your full day of work, you do your to-do list for tomorrow. Because that way, your brain is gonna get ready that tomorrow is gonna be a tough day. So how are you going to make your to-do list? I would recommend you to buy a small diary. So, for example, you have that one, really cool with all the flamingos. And in that calendar, you have every day, like you see, and you have the hours of a day. So what you are going to do is that you are going to write for every single hour a task. So, and the task is supposed to last that hour. For example, writing my thesis will be from 8 to 9 or 8 to 8:30. You can divide of blocks of 30 minutes or 1 hour according to how advanced you are with deep working. And then during the period of time you've set, you will be doing the deep work. And if you have tasks that take less than 30 minutes to be done, you will pull them together, all of them, and you will do them in one block. That way, you won't be wasting 2 minutes there, 2 minutes there, 2 minutes there. Every single minute of your day should be used. Last, you should be setting an ending time, like don't finish later than 5. Then the author explains how we should shut down. So the shutdown is about having an evening routine. So that evening routine is like once you've done all your work, you start it. It's like the shutdown routine. Basically, you start by checking your to-do list. Have you succeeded in doing all what you wanted to do? Then you do your new to-do list, like I just explained before, how you should do it. Then you check your notebook in which you make crosses. And you can do crosses for everything. For deep work, for writing. Did you succeed in writing today? You make a cross. Did you read an article today? You make a cross. And if there is a task you didn't succeed to do during the day, you should write it down in your to-do list. You explain what happened, why you didn't finish it, and how you are going to finish it. That way you won't be thinking about it later. And then you can say aloud, it's what the author does. He says aloud, shut down complete. Then you leave and you go home and you don't think about work. How should you use deadlines? So the author says that you should use the Roosevelt method. So what is that method? When you have a project or a given task, like make a poster for the conference that is in 3 months. First, you need to define how long you are going to take to do that task. Second, you define a much drastic time. So if first you said, okay, it's gonna take me 1 week, here you said 2 days. Then you say it to everyone publicly, like, hi guys, I'm going to do my poster in 2 days. Then you do it and you perform deep work. That way you will be much more efficient. It happened to us to have a task and to have a really short deadline, like 1 day. And do you remember how efficiently you've been working? The first time you are going to do deep work is going to be hard. You will be distracted every time. For everything you will be like, oh, I need to check my latest Instagram post. I need to check that YouTube video. I need to go on Facebook. I need to send this message. I need to... everything. You will be so distracted. However, accept those thoughts. Like, accept that you are being distracted, but move on and keep working. Be patient. That's the most important thing. Be patient because it's gonna take time. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Please leave me some comments, give me some feedback on how I can improve the quality of my videos. It was my first YouTube video, so I know that I have a lot of things to improve. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you. Ciao.